Well, hello there.
Good morning.
Yes. Looking very...
I think we just got off of the flight from LA.
Yes, yeah, we haven't been
straight to Augusta.
Exactly, we haven't been to sleep yet. Welcome everybody to Morning Mix. Happy Monday, and it is of course the day after Oscars. So of course it's our Oscar recap special. We'll be talking a lot about the Oscars a little bit later on as well. Obviously, Zaina's not here. Zaina a little under the weather this morning.
She is,
so
yeah. Hopefully she'll be back tomorrow.
You're pitch hitting for Zaina, so appreciate it.
Yeah, of course, of course. And then came dressed for the occasion.
Exactly, right? Yes. Yes, Miss Moneypenny. That's correct, yes. So yeah, did you have a good weekend?
I did. I did try that cryotherapy that I told you. I'll have pictures at 3 o'clock. So come back on Mix at 3. I'll show you a video and a picture.
Oh,
so
really?
I brought my daughters with me, and I'm like smiling, and you know I wanted to do the opposite and cuss and. But I was like, yeah, it's cold, girls.
I'm sure a couple of people probably cussed when they got up yesterday morning going, oh, I forgot it was daylight saving time.
That's you.
It's not, yeah, that took a little time.
Yeah, I did it. I don't think I'll go back, but.
Oh, really? Okay. Don't say too much now. Don't say too much.
And also in the morning, I got the chance to do the kitchen tour with the kitchens of the symphony.
Oh, the tour, yeah.
The Augusta Symphony Guild. The ladies pulled this amazing houses, and I went with our friend Michael Seward, and we had so much fun. I don't have pictures for that, unfortunately, because out of respect and privacy of the owners, they asked us not to take pictures.
Well, that's, that makes sense.
We went to some houses at River Island, and then there were also some houses in Somerville. I didn't get to go to the Somerville because I have this cryotherapy appointment, but I went to the houses River Island. Y'all.
You're freeze.
We need to be friends, okay? The owners of this house, like, I want to hang out with y'all more and go to the houses.
At the river?
The River Island. Amazing.
Okay.
It's stunning. I mean, so beautiful.
Well,
so beautiful.
All right.
Yes.
And then, of course, we wrapped up the weekend with the Oscars.
The Oscars.
96th annual Oscars. Did you watch is the question. And, of course, like I said, we did. We actually did watch.
Okay, so
like texting each other back and forth. I do not have a Ken suit. I could not wear, so I'm sorry.
I did ask him last night. You should pull a pink suit for tomorrow.
Yeah, that's not in my closet, sorry.
But what did you think about the Oscars?
I thought overall, actually I liked it. I mean, we talked about this before last week, and we're going to speak again with our friend film critic Neil Pond a little bit later in the show about the predictions that we had on Friday. Which ones panned out and which ones didn't. But I thought overall it was a good show. I liked the fact, beside the fact that it's daylight savings time, they actually did start the show an hour earlier. They actually finished on time, which was also surprising. As a matter of fact, they actually had to stretch it out a little bit because they were almost going to end too early.
But they did start around 5 minutes late. Do you know why? I did see today. Why?
Why?
Protests happening outside the Dolby Theater. That got some traffic. So some artists couldn't get there on time, so they had to postpone it. So protesters were protesting for Gaza. And all the situation happened with the Palestinians.
Well, that makes sense.
That's why they got a little pushed. But anyways, we have more to talk. Maybe we'll run out of time, then we're going to talk.
And we'll also move to another wand as well now, since this sucker doesn't work.
I did watch, what I was watching Jimmy Kimmel's monologue in the beginning, and because it started early, I was like, okay, let me
It ran a little long, I thought.
Yeah, but let's see if I can have the girls watching and explain then that I have to watch so tomorrow I can talk on the show. It wasn't that clean.
Yeah.
Some parts.
No, it wasn't. Well, it's normally the case. Yeah.
Saturday, you know that part of the Robert Downey Jr. when he has about the speech.
Yeah, little nose on the thing. Yeah.
So.
A couple of spots there, but that's something that we'll be talking about with Neil in a little while too. The other thing, of course, like we said today, was for yesterday rather, daylight savings. So spring forward is here. U.S. clocks turning back at 2 a.m. this morning, giving an extra hour of sunlight. So in March of 2022. Just a couple years ago, the Senate passed that Sunshine Protection Act. That would have kept daylight savings year round, but it didn't pass.
So according to a study by the National Institutes of Health, Americans do experience health changes with the time change, including strokes, heart attacks, accidents, and changes in mood.
Yeah, I actually noticed a lot of people were saying that lately. You just get thrown off. Your body clock gets thrown off. And a lot of people are going, why do we still do it? You know, we do the leap year, so we make up for that every 4 years, because every year is actually 365.25 days a year. So that actually leads us to our social question here for you this morning. Throw a little early. Daylight savings time. Are you a fan of spring forward? Are you a fan of fall back? Don't like either? Let us know. That's on our Facebook page at Morning Mix WRDW, and already we got dozens and dozens of answers on this, and they literally run the gambit. So it'll be interesting to add them all up and see what the general consensus is. Moving on here, of course, you know we love food, we love football, and obviously everybody knows the name Kelsey.
I love the real football, by the way.
Yes, the football. Yes. That's another episode altogether.
Exactly.
If you need more Jason Kelsey in your life, Campbell's Chunky has the answer. The soup company is giving away cans featuring the retiring Philadelphia Eagle on the can. It's the first ever, quote, legend edition. And the can has Kelsey's likeness and his autograph, too. Campbell's Chunky is giving away 620 cans. That's a nod to Kelsey's number 62. Only 620.
Oh, okay. Now I get it. The company is also donating $62,000 to his charity, Be Philly, which helps improve the lives of students in the Philadelphia public school system. So the giveaway is open until March 28th, and you can enter at campbellschunkylegendedition.com. Last week, Kelsey announced he was retiring from the NFL at age 36.
13 years on the in the league, and with the Eagles all the way through too. But yeah, and I think they said last week he'll be a first-time contender for the Hall of Fame. So he'll get his golden jacket.
Yeah,
absolutely,
for sure. Moving on to Trader Joe's.
Okay.
So now they're trending with something. So the mini tote could be this spring's must-have accessory, drawing comparisons to the Stanley tumbler craze on social media. The limited edition canvas totes sell for $2.99. $299. It's not $2.99. Or is it $2.99?
I think it better be $2. No, it's $2.99.
Okay, it comes.
I am not buying canvas for $299.
Yes.
So yeah, social media videos showing customers lining up for the totes to be restocked, and they're already swarming to get their hands on one of these. Why? Trader Joe's has not commented on the mini tote craze just yet.
I mean,
seriously?
$3? Yeah.
Yeah, but it better be top quality.
Yeah, but I mean,
but it's only $2.99.
But it's $2.99 exactly. That's my point. With the Stanley Cup, it was people were selling for $200.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you see them on eBay.
That's crazy. I mean, it's just a cup. So now $3, I can join the trend.
I am, and I know there are many out there that will agree with me when I say this. Do you know how many plastic bags from either Walmart or Kroger or wherever I've just got hanging on my kitchen chair? Really?
I have a lot.
I'll sell those to you for $2.99. You may have those. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Okay. Come on now, really?
Yeah.
All right, moving on here. Over 25 historically black colleges and universities will come together on March 23rd for the HBCU College Day. So if you have a high school junior or senior interested in the HBCUs, stick around. We've got all the info on that College Day coming up here on Morning Mix.
Just wait on you. Good morning.
We're going to get a quick picture before the...
Oh, yeah.
Hi, I'm Natalia. Well, happening on Saturday, the 23rd, will be the HBCU College Day presented by the Greater Augusta HBCU Alumni Alliance, an event bringing over 25 colleges together from within the HBCU community.
Rose Walker and Ollie Washington are members of the Greater Augusta HBCU Alumni Alliance, and they join us this morning, and color-coded too. Hey, let's check it out.
Good morning.
Okay, good morning. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us here this morning.
Thank you for having us.
Before we get to the event, again, coming up on the 23rd, let's talk a little bit about the organization itself, how it came to be and what it does.
Yes, the Greater Augusta HBCU Alumni Alliance came together February of 2013. And the reason why we came together is to really guide and assist the high school students, juniors and seniors, help them with the understanding the importance of going to college and furthering their careers. And how we assist them financially, we award scholarships. And during that particular time, on March the 23rd, they will have an opportunity to visit different representatives' tables that will be set up for them to go to. How we, as the Greater Augusta Alliance, help them, again, we provide them with application to apply for a scholarship. And at that particular time, we assist them based on their needs.
Oh, okay. And what are some ways the Alliance assists the students and more in our community?
Some of the ways have been where we, of course, do the scholarships.
Right.
And we've done
Yes.
over $68,000 in scholarships
Wow.
over the last 10 years. We also have other college fairs where they can go, different high schools have their college fairs. And we do have representatives who go out to those schools and answer any type of question to assist those students. If some of them need writing experiences with essays, we'll do that as well. And what we also do, we have a membership. So what is happening in the particular community, we have those representatives because we are comprised of 23 different HBCU schools. For me, I'm a representative for Fort Valley State.
Okay.
Southern University.
Okay.
Yes. So therefore, you can have that one-on-one conversation with the students to really find out what are their exact needs.
And let's talk about the actual event itself. It's going to be on the 23rd, again, at Good Shepherd Baptist Church on Olive Road.
Yes.
So many universities attending. What can attendees expect?
We would like for the attendees to come, make sure they have, this is for the high school seniors. We
Right.
welcome the juniors and the seniors, but for the seniors, we would want them to bring their transcript. It doesn't have to be the official. Their scores for the SAT and the ACT test scores.
And they also pick up a lot of information. All of us will have brochures from our schools.
Right.
And we'll talk about finance, we'll talk about housing, tuition, and what have you, all the academic requirements.
And it's also a great thing that they're actually able to sit down and speak with alumni.
Yes.
They get a more concise idea of the schools that they're looking at.
That is correct.
Right.
Because you have a lot of students that are still would be the first ones in their families to attend college.
Very true.
Yeah, and Ollie, share with us the importance of this organization and supporting it.
Oh, absolutely. I went to school, 50 years ago, totally unprepared. It was just a culture shock. There were more kids on campus than were in my hometown. So college is a tremendous boost to your economic future. And we're just wanting to provide kids that information so they can make that leap into this area.
Absolutely.
And let's go ahead and pull that information back up again and go over the times and the dates again for the event.
Yes, the date for the event will be Saturday, March the 23rd at Good Shepherd Baptist Church. The time will be from 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock. And of course, we will have over 25 different HBC representatives there. We will have door prizes, and we will have scholarship applications available. And if you do not get everything you need there, of course, you can Google and go to the website, which is the Augusta HBCU alumni.com, or you can find us on Facebook, the Greater Augusta HBC Alumni Association.
All the information is out there. Be sure you check that out. Again, happening on the 23rd. Rose, Ollie, thank you so much for joining us.
Well,
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Yes.
Coming off of a good-looking weekend, actually, and a chilly start this morning, Tim.
It was a cold start here. We did drop down to the freezing mark. We possibly will do that again tomorrow. We're expecting more 30s to come back in here. And now that we've got sunrise a little later in the morning with the time change, it takes a little while to start warming up. It's around 40 right now, but again, going down to about 32, 33 is where Augusta kind of settled in for lows. Now, we've got a little bit of scattered clouds to mostly sunny skies right now. Expecting that mix of sun and clouds to hang in there through the afternoon with high temperatures only in the 60s. This is going to be one of our cooler afternoons of the week, but we're still looking at lower and mid 30s. It's still cold out there. 32 at the freezing mark in Washington, mid 40s a little bit farther south and east of town in Allendale, but those 30s and 40s kind of lasting a little longer than they normally have. But time change will keep that daylight in the hours late in the afternoon more in play with us now, so we're into that part of the season. Mid 60s though, we're about 5 degrees or maybe a little more under average. 70-degree highs, though, they're coming for the majority of the week. Well, with a rainless outlook, we're not expecting a whole lot of wet weather. That's going to mean the pollen meter is really, really high every day this week here until maybe the end of the week. We will finally get a chance of rain coming back in. Today, it's going to be a sunny, dry day to partly cloudy through the afternoon. 5 p.m. temps in that cool range, but again, not too far off the seasonal average highs. Low to mid 60s. Heading into overnight lows, it'll take us back down in a range of 30s and 40s again tomorrow, so starting with jackets, but to end the day, we're going to be back in the 70s here. So tomorrow is really where we start looking at that warmer than average forecast to kind of kick into play, with the exception of still some chilly mornings, mid 30s, low 40s. Into Wednesday, we'll hold off really any chance for rain till the end of the week there. By about Friday, Saturday into our St. Patrick's weekend, we could even hit 80, so that's coming.
Something
I
tells
like that.
Yeah, 80-degree
Yeah.
weather, not far off.
Something tells me that'll be the last 36 we see for a while.
I'll go with that. I
Okay.
hope so.
Fingers crossed. I hope so too. I'm
Yep.
so ready for the spring.
Yeah.
Bring it on. Okay. Thank you, Tim.
spiffy.
Thank you very much.
Man, good grief. I'm underdressed. I saw this and I'm like, well, I don't know if I want
Laundry day. It's laundry day. That's okay.
Yeah, it's laundry day.
Okay.
We forgot to tell you.
Oh, that's all right. That happens to me all the time in life.
There's a tie back there you can put on, I'm sure, if you want to do that.
I'm good. I'm comfortable now. I'm not messing you up. Y'all are the show here.
But we rolled the red carpet for you too.
No, okay, great. Thanks. Really included there.
Shag. It's a shag carpet. All right.
Yeah, right.
Thanks,
Appreciate it, Tim.
Sure.
All right, moving on. It's recommended that teens should sleep 8 to 10 hours a night, but health experts say many are getting far less than that, including myself. And it can have a significant impact in their health and even their development.
And today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither has more to show how a lack of sleep can affect teens and how parents can help them prioritize getting those E's.
It's an important part of everyone's health, but sleep is especially critical for those who are still growing.
A lot of the important functions that they're developing, including executive functioning, decision making, emotion regulation, impulse control, those skills are all developing during sleep.
The CDC says youth who don't get enough sleep have a higher risk of obesity, diabetes, injuries, poor mental health, and problems with attention and behavior.
It also is that our growth hormone is released during sleep, so our adolescents are literally growing during sleep.
Lisa Meltzer is a pediatric sleep specialist with National Jewish Health. She says for many teens, a big barrier to sleep is social media. Recently, Meta introduced a nighttime nudge on Instagram that encourages teen users to stop scrolling late at night.
This is useful because teens can't turn the nudges off. They can't ignore them, but at least they pop up and give teens a sense that it's getting late and perhaps it's time to wind down, turn the technology off.
Parents also play a role in helping teens prioritize sleep. Meltzer says bedtime routines are important. Have them go to bed and get up at roughly the same times every day, even on weekends. She says not to stay up too late or sleep in more than 2 hours.
Even though it feels like they need that sleep, it's going to set their circadian rhythm off, and that's going to make it harder for them to fall asleep come Sunday night.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Another reason why a lot of people don't much care for daylight saving time right there, Tim.
Yeah.
Milton-
I'm not waking up at 5 in the morning on Sunday if I don't
No,
need to.
no. I have an alarm clock. It's called Ginger and Finian, my two dogs, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Meltzer says part of the bedtime routine should be some wind down time as well, whether that's reading a book or maybe taking a shower or meditating. Just finding something that distinguishes night from day and allows you to relax before turning in.
Yeah, good tips.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, that's what Heidi and I was like. We're probably doing 2 showers a day just because of the pollen. Just gets into you. Just got to get it done. All right.
Get out it. All right, coming up, the Augusta Jr players are at it again at this time with one of their largest groups in the claw. But what's the claw? We'll tell you all about it next on Morning Mix.
Right now, though, sending things over to Lisa McCullum. See what's happening here in our area.
Just follow that guy right there.
I wore heels for you, Roy. I wore heels.
Hey! We're gonna get right here. Hey. Look at you guys. You are ready for the red carpet.
Just flew from Los Angeles.
A little after the fact.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you? Good. I'm Natalia. Welcome.
This is
to the
Carson.
show. Hi, Carson.
Hey, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Hi, I'm Kendra. I'm directing the
All
call.
right, good to see you. I like
Nice
this
to meet
jacket.
you.
Yeah, I like it.
You ready?
You getting over here? Okay.
Because your husband told her that she wasn't to play.
Thank you. All right, where you
Well, it's a cast of dozens, literally. The Augusta Junior players take to the Kroc Center stage next weekend for the premiere of the latest junior production, The Claw.
Roy Lewis, show director Kendra Alsop, and actor Carson Lentz are here to tell us more about it. Hey, guys.
Hi,
Thanks for
guys.
joining
Good
us.
morning.
Good to see you again.
Thank you for having us.
You just need a desk here.
You guys are like family here.
Your family, yes.
Yeah. Well, guys, thank you guys for joining us here. Kendra, you're the director for the show. Let's talk about this. I think people, once they actually realize and they see the photo there, they know what we're talking about when we say The Claw now. Tell us a little bit about the plot of the show.
Absolutely. So the claw machine, the claw is based on a claw machine that's broke down. So these toys have been stuck in a claw machine for a very, very long time, and some of them are excited about the possibility when the claw machine starts to work again of getting out, and some of them are really anxious, like our little dot here, about the change. So it kind of embraces the change and how kids kind of relate to that. Some change is harder than others for kids. Change is hard for adults. So when you think about it, it talks more about, you know, what we can do, how we can help each other get through those changes.
And you're directing a cast of 26, right?
27.
27 now.
Ages 6 to 12. And for a number of them, it's their first time with the players. So how have the rehearsals been, and what are your challenges that you might be experiencing?
As a kindergarten teacher, I like to think of it as organized chaos. And you kind of have to think on the spot with a lot of kids. Some things that don't work with some, you have to readjust and fix it for those. And then helping them just succeed. And I just want to be that champion for them, just to make sure that they succeed. And then with the little ones, it's just about finding what fits for them.
Oh, that's it. You can see you even have the magic 8 ball in there too. Check that out.
We do have a magic 8 ball.
I love that.
And Carson, you're playing Dot.
Yep.
The toy cow. You're one of the lead roles. Is this your first time on stage?
It's my second time doing a full show with the Augusta players. I've done 3 of their summer camps though, and I've done some acting at school.
Okay. And
I think she was doing Nemo.
Yeah.
I remember that.
see, there you
Okay,
go.
yeah.
Is it fun? Is it nervous? I mean, you get to play a toy.
Well, it's really fun, and it can be nervous sometimes, but it's mostly fun.
Yeah. Cool.
Gosh, I love
I mean, look at it right there. Yeah.
And Roy, as we said, there are a number of first-timers in this show. So what is the process of getting the roles if someone is interested?
Yes, we encourage everyone to come out and be a part of the Augusta Players family to audition for shows. We work really hard throughout our season to develop our shows around certain age groups. This is our youngest age group, 6 to 12. And so we usually post all the information online at augustaplayers.org. You can go in there and find out information about the shows. You can email me and ask questions about the audition process. And most of the audition processes are basically the same, but sometimes they vary from show to show and director to director, and we're so happy to have Kendra with us and her strong team that is producing The Claw.
Right.
You find out that information. If you have any questions, email me, and just come as who you are. Just bring yourself, and we give you the information of what you need to prepare online, and then just take it from there. And before you know it, you're on stage as a dancing, singing cow.
And who doesn't want to be a toy dancing cow? Kendra, let's go over the show times for the event.
Sure. Friday the 22nd is at 7 p.m. And then on Saturday we have a matinee at 4. And we have another show at 7 on Saturday as well.
All right.
So tickets can be found at AugustaPlayers.org. It's going to be a lot of fun. We have some kids that have never tapped before that are doing some tap numbers. So it's just been a lot of fun. I really love the age group. This is my second time directing, and it's so much fun. It's just a joy. It just brings me so much joy.
It's a great way to see those kids enjoy themselves on stage.
Yeah, I'll be there.
And you ready?
Yep.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Mom,
All right.
can I have her until the end of the show? She's adorable.
You want to? Yeah, well, you can join us here for the Oscar recap. Okay, that's fine. We've got that coming up too. All right, guys, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank
Check
you.
it out, AugustaPlayers.org for The Claw.
That's right. All right, coming up next, we talk with our friend from Film Critic Neil Pond for a recap of the latest Oscars news. and all the surprises and results next on Morning Mix.
One more time, though, they're going to check in again with Lisa McCollum to see what's happening in our area. Okay. Hey, Neil.
Good morning.
Morning.
Hey, Neil, good morning.
How is everybody?
Good, how are you?
We've, yeah, Zana came, is sick, so.
So here I am.
You have Natalia this morning.
Hi again, Natalia.
Hi.
Hey, Joe, how are we looking time-wise? The what? The Gal Gadot? Okay. You killed Gal Gadot? Oh my God. That's the way. I know. Neil's going. What is he saying? Who died? What was the overall result for you last night?
Well,
Your reaction?
I thought it was a really good show to begin with, and there weren't many surprises. There were a couple. There was almost a celebratory feel to the whole thing, because coming out of the writer's strike, it was sort of an uncertain year coming into Hollywood, and I think everybody was just happy to be at the Oscars, to have settled the strike.
Yeah.
And it was a really good show. The production was very good.
Yeah, I like that Jimmy Kimmel addressed the strike part.
Right.
And in the beginning, he talked about Barbie and Greta not being nominated. I'm happy that he also talked about that.
Yeah, I mean, you had to address that. And then, of course, like you said, the strike bringing everybody out. Did you hear that? Because I'm trying to remember where I heard this, but somebody said that Al Pacino actually was not supposed to read the nominations. He was just supposed to open it because they had already put the nominations throughout the show.
Well,
or was that a cover-up?
No, well, that is true. Unlike the other awards, they do sprinkle those out throughout the show. So at the last award, you don't have to show clips from them again.
Right.
I think protocol has generally been they read the nominees, just simply read them. It really let the air out of the balloon, when he just kind of opened up the envelope and said, I'm seeing Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
I don't think he realized that he was announcing the winner. So it was a bit of a bungle.
You'd have thought they would have told him. He's been there a couple of times.
Yeah.
I did not see.
Can happen.
Yeah, it does. It does. I did not see Warren Beatty there next to Annette Bening.
No, I didn't either.
Yeah, I was like, okay. She's up for an
Leo
Oscar.
DiCaprio was not there either.
It's true.
That's very true. I didn't even think about that. Okay, we got 15 seconds. Here we go. All righty. Well, the stars came out for Hollywood's biggest night, but which ones went home with Tinseltown's biggest prize?
That's right. Last week, we spoke with film critic Neil Pond about Oscar prediction, so only appropriate that we can have him again after the fact.
That's
so
right.
Let's start at the beginning. Hi, Neil. The show actually starting an hour early and actually finishing on time.
Surprise.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's a big show anyway. It really stretches out. But the thought was, let's get it started a little early. Let's maybe wrap it up on time. But it was still 3.5 hours.
Yeah, definitely. And as we said, starting from the beginning here, Oscar host Jimmy Kimmel. What are your initial thoughts? How did he do?
I thought he did a good job. He's very very comfortable in that role. You know, there were some shots last night of the stage from the side, and you see that star-packed front line of people just right under your feet when you're on the stage. That's got to be a little unnerving. And I thought Kimmel was his easygoing self. He threw some really, funny barbs out there. He addressed the topicality of, the working class in Hollywood upon whom, everything is built.
Mm-hmm.
When he brought all the Teamsters and the drivers and all those people on stage. But I thought he did a really good job.
I agree. I think he did a great job. And that part of the tequila with Guillermo, oh God, that was funny. The big night, the big winner of the night, so Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer swept this year's awards with 7 wins, including Best Picture, Director, Actor, Supporting Actor, Editing, Cinematography, and Score. So was this pretty much expected?
Yes, everybody thought Oppenheimer was going to be the big bang, so to speak, at this year's Oscars.
See what you did there. Okay.
Yeah. It had a chance to make movie history. If it had won 12 awards, it would have been the first film to do that. As it did, it had a pretty hefty haul at 7. Poor Things came in at 4. And those really were 2 of the big, the big critically acclaimed movies this year. The one that there were several that went empty-handed, including Barbie, except for a song award. Maestro, you saw Bradley Cooper sitting there with his mom.
Right.
Wouldn't it have been nice, for him to have won something?
Right.
Yeah, especially right up there at the front
Oscars,
row.
You have to think that for any film to be nominated for an Oscar, it has already run a gauntlet of competition and publicity and press and pressure and expectations. So to even get to the Oscars is an award in itself.
You mentioned Poor Things, of course, taking home a number of awards, and one of them, of course, was for Best Actress, with Emma Stone taking that award, which for many, I think that was a surprise that Lily Gladstone, who had won in previous award ceremonies, didn't take that one home.
Yes, Lily had been expected to win that award based on all the prognostications and the odds and the momentum from winning other awards. But I think the people who look at the awards also know that actors love that performance by Emma Stone. It was one of the most out there, one of the most colorful, one of the most entertaining and surprising roles of the year. And I think actors who vote on those actor categories looked at that and said, that's the brightest spot of the year in terms of an acting performance.
That's right. And let's talk music and the performances. Billie Eilish winning, but Ryan Gosling stole the show. So let's talk about that.
Yeah, Barbie may have come up short on awards and they didn't win any acting awards, but Ryan Gosling won the night. That was the most memorable time of anyone really on stage, was that rocking performance of I'm Just Ken with Slash on guitar and Wolfie Van Halen.
That's right.
Also playing. So I even brought the honorary Oscar today for Ryan Gosling just for that all-out performance of I'm Just Ken.
Well, speaking of all-out performance, maybe this is the one the Oscar needs to go to. John Cena, his costume design presentation celebrating 50 years of the streaker that ran behind David Niven back in 1974. Without a doubt, probably a highlight of the show.
Definitely one of the most memorable moments of last night's. You see all these red carpet looks, all these fantastic dresses, all of the really ornate get-up that people wear to the Oscars, and John Cena sort of maintained the balance of the universe by putting the yin to that yang, so to speak, by coming out with nothing except I think probably a little patch covering his nether region. It was something to see.
Yeah, to say the least. To say the least.
Yeah.
And actually, because we're just about to wrap up here, but something else too. You had the 5 previous nominees, or the previous winners, going out for the nominees for the acting categories, which was really nice, I thought, and it was spotlighting each nominee with each previous winner. What was your take on that?
I thought it was a really nice touch. It looked great. It provided some really emotional moments. You saw some of the nominees move to tears by what was being said about them, but it also shows that Hollywood is this long line. You know, the Oscars are almost 100 years old, and the past connects to the present, and there's history, there's legacy, there's things we can learn from movies, and I think that really was a good illustration of that.
Yeah, best supporting actress, as we were just seeing. Her speech was one of the best of the night, in my opinion. Yeah, it was beautiful. But Neil, I think we went out of time. I think we could go the whole show about the Oscars, but
the red light is flashing. We have to wrap up our acceptance speech.
Yeah, the song is playing now. But thank you so much.
Good to see you, Neil. Thanks very much.
Bye.
Bye bye.
The yin to the yang, huh, Tim?
Yeah. What a moment for John Cena, huh? Good night, dude. Oh, man.
I've never seen him act any better.
I just don't know how someone does it, in front of a crowd like that. Okay. Well, we'll see if it helped or hurt his career. Anyway, let's go outside. We have a beautiful morning, although it's been one of the colder ones we've had in a while. Down around the freezing mark to start before sunrise here in Augusta. Just still 40 degrees. We're not doing a whole lot of warming up yet. Now that we've got longer kind of nighttime hours in the morning, and, well, we get to enjoy more afternoon sunshine now that we've had the time change come through. The temperatures are finally starting to move into the 40s here. Just about maybe 10 minutes ago, we were still looking at low 30s up around parts of Wilkes County. Well, 35 to 40 degrees still up around the lake to here in Augusta. On our way to what will be, again, cooler than average highs this afternoon. 70 is the number to get to for this time of year, which we will several afternoons after today. This is definitely one of the cooler ones. Pollen meter is kicked into full effect, no doubt about that. We have a fairly dry outlook until the end of the week. Our next chance for rain is going to hold off till about Friday, maybe a few showers or a storm into the weekend here, but won't happen today. Just some mix of sun and clouds through the rest of this afternoon. 60s for highs. We're going to go back down into 30s and low 40s, so we could even have some that get near the freezing mark tomorrow, and that should be it for the really cold mornings this week. We'll see more 40s and 50s, and we'll also get back into the 70s as early as tomorrow afternoon. So that's definitely some good news. So looking forward to spring kind of making a return and hanging in there with possible 80-degree highs towards that Thursday and Friday forecast. But you can see it kind of comes in, maybe a few scattered storms leading into St. Patrick's Day, which is, well, there's a chance for showers. Don't think it's expected to be all that bad, so hopefully it won't for the parade coming up this weekend.
That's what I was going to ask you about the parade.
Yeah.
Don't worry yet. We're still early in the week.
It's St. Patrick's Day. You're not going to care about a little rain. No. I guarantee you.
Not the folks that'll be down there enjoying the festivities.
No, not at all.
Very true.
It's my wedding anniversary, too.
Is it St. Patrick's Day? Son of a gun.
Why do you think I chose St. Patrick's Day? I'll never forget the anniversary.
That's a good reminder right there.
That's officer thinking, ladies and gentlemen. That's what that is. Hang on. We've got more to come here as we take a look at entertainment news, including this weekend's box office. Morning Mix continues next.
Even on Oscars weekend, with the focus on last year's films, people went out to see new movies.
David Daniel has early estimates on the top 5 films in theaters this weekend.
Reggae is a people music.
Bob Marley, One Love fell to 5th place, taking in $4.1 million. The historical religious drama Cabrini opened at number 4, earning $7.6 million. Imaginary scared up $10 million for a 3rd place debut.
This world is beyond cruelty.
Dune Part 2 lost the top spot, but $46 million gave the sci-fi sequel 2nd place and a 10-day domestic total of $157 million.
Oh, wow, look at the time. Remember we have to do that thing down by the place with that guy?
Skadoosh! Kung Fu Panda 4 fought its way to number 1, opening with $58.3 million, the best debut for the franchise since the first film back in 2008. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
That is a star-studded vocal cast with that movie.
Yes,
Bryan Cranston, Awkwafina, and of course Jack Black too. So of course, obviously speaking about the Oscars, it being our Oscar recap special, even if some of the nominees didn't win a trophy at last night's award show, they're still going to be getting a gift. The acting and directing nominees, they each got a swag bag, get this, worth about $180,000.
Say what?
Distinctive Assets said the Academy stopped giving out gift bags years ago, but they still wanted to hand something out. So this year's bag included a $50,000 all-inclusive getaway to the Swiss Alps. Are you kidding?
Oh my gosh. So there were also gifts based on Best Picture nominees like the Barbie pillow and Oppenheimer chocolates. If the nominee didn't win, no worries, they can drown their sorrows with a small batch of gin and tequila inside their bag. The swag bags aren't actually handed out at the show, so they were delivered to the nominees' home in a suitcase.
Yeah, that is excessive is what I'll say that is.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting the swag bag and not getting an Oscar.
I'll take the Swiss Alps trip. Thank you very much. That'll be my acceptance speech.
Yeah.
Moving on here now to Saturday News. Grammy and Emmy-winning pop singer Steve Lawrence died in Los Angeles last Thursday at the age of 88. According to a statement from his publicist, Lawrence died from Alzheimer's disease. Lawrence often performed with his wife, Eddie Gourmet, as part of the popular singing duo Steve and Eddie. They became popular on the variety TV show Market and on stage in Vegas, while also maintaining solo careers as well.
Yeah, the couple appeared together in the Broadway musical Golden Rainbow in the late 1960s. A song from that show, I've Gotta Be Me, became well known as part of their act as a duo. Lawrence was also an actor. He appeared in numerous films and other television shows, including The Blues Brothers, The Nanny, and 2.5 Men. So Lawrence's wife, Eddie, died in 2013. The couple had 2 sons together.
Sorry, it's sad to hear that too. And he was a pretty good actor too. Especially love him in the comedies. I think was it Cannonball Run he was in. That one I got to go back and take a look at that at some point too.
Speaking of the in memoriam last night.
You know what? We didn't talk about that.
We didn't talk about that. Andrea Bocelli and his son. OMG, that was so beautiful.
That was beautiful.
Beautiful.
And I appreciated what they did. I did not like the fact that at the very end, they threw up about like 40 names that you couldn't even read at the very end. Give it a little extra time then if you're going to highlight everybody. Like Burt Young, actor Burt Young should have been highlighted with a photo and with a little tribute, not just throwing his name there on the bottom of a circle.
I agree.
But you're right.
Other than that, it was beautiful.
Other than that, yes. All right, good. All right, we are about to call this a wrap today, but we still need to check out your opinions on daylight saving time. Plus, Zaina left us some words of wisdom. We'll check those out next, too. Morning Mix will be right back.
It's our Motivational Monday, and since we are kicking off Women's History Month, our friend Jade Nelius has some inspirational thoughts to share.
It's week 2 in our journey of celebrating International Women's Month. I hope you're each pumped and energized as I am. Today, I'm here to remind you to be a thermostat in a world filled with thermometers. As a thermostat, you set the tone when you walk into a room. Hold your head high and your standards higher. Do not be fooled by thermometers attempting to fit the mold. Be clear in your direction and communication. Be intentional in your service. You create the standard. You set the tone. Be a guide to other women as they admire your courage and bravery. You were never meant to accept the climate and adapt. You were meant to evoke change and guide others along the way.
Very nice. Thanks, Jade.
All right. Before we go, let's check out the answers to our social question this morning. So daylight saving time, of course, happening yesterday. Are you a fan of spring forward or fall back, or neither? That would be the other answer as well. Julia, hi Julia. Spring forward would love the longer daylight. Okay.
I like it too. I just don't like the week that we adjust to that. So this week is.
I'm better with spring than I am with fall.
Terry, they need to eliminate daylight savings time altogether.
Yeah, a lot of people agreeing with that. Nellie Tyler, spring forward, love the more sunshine in the afternoon.
Linda, no, absolutely not. I'm a fan of staying the same time year round.
Spring forward, performing longer daylight for Nathan.
Okay, Robert, I say pick one and stick with it. It doesn't make sense to keep moving back and forth.
John also would spring forward. Francis would fall back. She likes the longer nights.
Yeah, Danny, spring forward. To me, it saves energy.
Deborah, spring forward, more light in the evenings, and we wish they would leave it this way. Okay.
Yeah, Becky's saying spring forward, please leave it that way.
Seen a lot of spring forwards here. I think that's the general consensus here.
Yeah.
All right. Add yours to it, and let's see what else people have to say about that. Before we go, let's check out the words that Zana has left for us today. I am a woman, phenomenal woman. That's me, Maya Angelou. Perfect quote for Women's Month.
Perfect. Love Maya. All right, we'll be back at 3 with Mix at 3, and thanks for watching.